Hey man, Samuel. Welcome back to another Act Like You Know video. Like, comment, subscribe if you like the content here. The Cleveland Cavaliers are eliminated from the playoffs after having a 64-win season, number one in the East, looking like title contenders in the second round to the Indiana Pacers. And this season kind of becomes a what if season if you're a Cleveland Cavalier fan. At least that's how I would look at it if I was a Cleveland Cavalier fan. Now, honestly, I do think the Pacers would have gave them a 7-game series even if they were fully healthy the entire time. I think the Pacers just look like the better team, but the Cleveland Cavaliers were banged up, but that's a part of it. That's a part of the playoffs. Some teams are going to get banged up, some teams are not, and luckily for the Pacers, they had the luck of not getting injured on their side, injury luck on their side. I don't know how you would classify that, but the Cleveland Cavaliers fall short of ultimately their expectations of reaching the finals. If you're the number one seed, your expectations to win this, to at least get to the finals, win your division, win your conference, and win the NBA title ultimately. But you know they fall short. What if season just for the Cleveland Cavaliers? What if Garland doesn't sprain his toe or whatever he's got going on? I believe he's got a real toe problem. What if Donovan Mitchell doesn't sprain his ankle? What if Mobley doesn't sprain his ankle? What if Hunter doesn't get hurt? All that happened in game one. Obviously, Garland didn't even play game one. He was hurt for game one, but yeah, and game two actually. So you just wonder if the series is different, if they were able to set a different tone in game one and game two and not fall into an 0-2 hole, how this series would have played out. But the Pacers just out executed them, especially late in games, than the Cleveland Cavaliers did. And it's just hard. It's just sad to see for Donovan Mitchell. I'm not even the biggest Donovan Mitchell fan. Like, he's a great player. Most of it's just my friends, I believe, overhyping Donovan Mitchell, but I understand that Donovan Mitchell is a fantastic basketball player and one of the top basketball players in the playoffs as well. He's had some leads blown in the playoffs, which is I hold him to, but for the most part, he willed this team to even a game because this team was not up to par just due to injuries. I mean, he gave multiple 30 plus and 50 plus efforts. Did he have 50? He had 48 maybe in that game too, but he just looked like he ran out of gas. He really tried to keep this team in it, and it's just unfortunate. Hopefully he stays with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He looks like a Cavalier lifer. But moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, I mean that's just how you look at it. It's like a what if season because they were a dominant team, especially at the beginning of the season. Towards the end of the season, they kind of, just due to being an 82 game season, you know, things start to, we're just kind of waiting for the playoffs type thing. And, the Celtics kind of go into cruise control and then they pick it up back in the playoffs. Obviously, you saw what they could do against the Miami Heat, just absolutely blew them out every single game, especially the last two games, which was very impressive due to it being an Eric Spoelstra led team, which usually he can keep his teams in just by great coaching, but it didn't matter what the Heat did. The Cavaliers had to answer it. Their shooting was phenomenal this year. One of the more exciting teams to watch this year. But moving forward, would I blow up the team personally or not? Well, I think the first thing is if you're definitely looking to move Garland and Allen, and it's not because they're not good basketball players. I just think Garland has this. It's kind of unfortunate, this bad history of injuries. Like, he's always injured. Like, this was his first real full healthy season since being a Cavalier, and obviously he gets hurt in the playoffs. So I mean, I feel like that's why I would move on him. Not to say that he's not a great player. Maybe you're still gonna need a point guard unless Donovan Mitchell feels like he can run point. Then maybe you can trade him to the Magic. Obviously, get some picks or something. Find a different point guard to just set the table for the team. But I feel like Garland really is a pivotal piece. I like the four. I like the core four of Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen. Allen, I don't. They talk about moving him off of him a lot, at least in trade rumors. I wouldn't move him. I'm not really sure how their contracts are set up, but I think I would keep the core four, at least for next season. I think I would run it back. Maybe you get some different bench places. Ty Jerome, he's not as real playoff experience this year. Maybe he'll probably get better and improve. You got a decent bench. Maybe we try to find a solution for the Max Strus situation. Max Strus was good for them most of the season. I'm not saying that he can't start for this team, but maybe if we can get Max Strus to come off the bench instead, maybe move DeAndre Hunter with more minutes to the starter position. I know he came in mid-season, so maybe that's why he didn't start. I think I would put Hunter as a starter, but I totally understand if we want to keep him coming off the bench. I think they have a well-rounded basketball team. I think I would run it back with this core and just really hope for better health. Now, with that being said, with the improvements that Garland and Mobley have, I think this is the time now. I'm not a big proponent of two small guards being your best players on your team. I'm not a proponent of them really being on teams, having two small guards. I think one is good. I don't really care how good they are. You saw Dame and CJ McCollum were only able to get to a Western Conference Finals, and I don't think they won a single game in that Western Conference Finals. I think they got swept, if I'm correct. So, I think I would, moving forward, we have to have a real sit down if I'm a Cleveland Cavalier front office, and it needs to be known that Evan Mobley needs to be his team. If we're going to do anything moving forward, we need to build around what Evan Mobley gives to our team, because he needs to be the best player on the team moving forward. I believe we need to fit him into the offense a bit more. Sometimes it just seems like he gets his offense just kind of due to what Garland and Mitchell are doing. And yes, someone needs to set him up, so that's why I don't want Garland to leave. But I think we need to have more of a focus on getting Mobley the ball, especially like to stop runs. If we need a bucket, we give it to Mobley because he is a mismatch, especially with the improvement of his jump shot. He can take people, and he can take bigger bigs outside of the paint. He can take smaller bigs inside the paint. He's just a really efficient player. It looks like he's ready to take that offensive leap, and then what you get from him on defense is just gonna be there already. I think it's time to incorporate him as your first option in the offense. Mitchell needs to take more of a Robin-ish role to me. Not saying that he shouldn't go out there and get 35 or whatever or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it needs to be clear that this is Evan Mobley's team. He needs to rise as this is the player, this is the franchise player we're moving with. And I think it's Donovan Mitchell for clear reasons. But I think in order for the Cavaliers to reach that next level, Mobley needs to become the alpha of the team. And this is not to discredit what Mitchell is as a leader, what he means to this team, but just from a pure basketball standpoint, I believe wings and really good wings win you NBA championships. And I believe like the wing needs to be the best player on an NBA championship. Obviously, to an extent, like obviously you had Steph Curry, but he always had a good wing with him. Kevin Durant. Harrison Barnes was pretty good that 1 year. Andrew Wiggins took the best year of his life, and they were able to win the 2022. I'm not saying that a small guard can't be your best player. I just think that the wing needs to be a little bit more. But I also don't think that Mitchell is of a Steph Curry-esque class, a Jalen Brunson-esque class, where they just have a different level of it. It's just it there. Like you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's a bigger guard. He can give it to, and then obviously they have J-Dub, who did play awful this last couple night, but you have J-Dub, Chet, you have bigger people around, bigger guards around you, Ant, etc., Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I just feel like, for the most part, that wings and forwards are going to win you championships. Yes, you can have an amazing guard, but the key pieces around him need to be great. So, with that being said, I think this needs to be Mobley's team moving forward. I think that's what will put them to the next level. I say run it back. Have Mobley as the focal point of your team. Offense and defense. and see where he brings you, because I think Mobley's going to take another leap next year. His game is improving dramatically. It's only getting better. I don't see him becoming worse. I think he's going to be a top 5 big next year in the league, just offensively and defensively. What he gives you, you have Allen in there to help out, and I like how they spread their minutes. Kenny has been doing well as a coach. I think you just run it back. I think you just chalk this up to a what if season. You run it back one last time with this group, and then you blow it up if it's not working out. But I think you got to give these guys one more shot. It's unfortunate what happened, but you just got to give these guys one more shot. Maybe you obviously improve the role players if you feel that they're not up to par. But for the most part, I think run it back, have Mobley as the guy, and see how far that brings you. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm just spewing nonsense. Like, comment, subscribe.